Welcome viewers, Jason from Jason G Designs here. Welcome to part 3 of the WordPress style variations tutorial. Style variations act as overrides for a block theme's theme.json file. A developer can possibly create a child theme with this idea. Continuing with our color scheme example, we will begin giving our buttons unique background and gradient options. To show an example of where these are used, let's switch to the default colors. These are the colors and gradients in the default color scheme. They are specific to the button block and they differ from the theme's main colors. A color applies as our hover color when using the outline style. The style for outline buttons on the front end has a card background style. Let's check out how gradients look when removing the card background. In this theme, button gradients without the card background have a light background applied behind them. Alright, so let's go back to the purple bright yellow color scheme, since we will be working with that. Browsing over the theme.json file, we have a blocks section that comes right after the color section. Within, we have the name of the block, core/button, and then the setting. We will copy everything up to the color setting brace and paste into the purple bright yellow file just above the custom object. We must not forget to close the braces. Even though this clip doesn't show it, we must add a comma after the blocks section too. Just as we did before, we will add an array for our palette. The first color will be accent 1, a blue color. In the block editor backend, we can see that the blue is now our new background and text color, replacing theme.json's colors. I added 4 more accent colors and dark and light text colors. These will be at my tutorial resources page at GitHub. A link will be in the description. In this clip, I replaced the background for the outline button. The button style still retains its gradient foreground. In the next step, we can move on to the gradient backgrounds. Let's add our gradients array just below the palette. Our first gradient will be a translucent version of the blue color. In this section, we can assign a linear gradient to the gradient key. Note that we can use any gradient type. Going to rapidtables.com, we can get the RGB value of our blue color. Then we finish our linear gradient with our RGB value color. This is a 50% translucent gradient from white to our color value. Once again, we finish up with a name. Here's the single gradient in the back end. I added 4 more nearby and complementary colors. The gradient values will also be in a file in tutorial resources. This clip shows a couple of gradients applied to the standard button. Upon changing the outline style button background to a gradient, the background still remains the same. This is because the gradient shows on hover, prompting the use of custom code. Let's look at the blue-orange color scheme section of the file blockbutton-gradients.css. Using the teal color gradient example, our color gets applied to the hover and focus states. This is applied to a class name attached to the slug in our .json file as name of gradient, background color. We will add a comment for the purple, bright yellow section and our first gradient color, blue. For brevity, we will copy and paste the code for this. Using the text editor's find and replace, we will carefully replace each reference of teal to blue under the blue comment section. What? The color still hasn't changed. It has changed, but only on the front end. We have to add this code to the backend editor too. For this, we can add similar code to the editor overrides file. Luckily, searching for the term translucent, there is already identical type code in the file. Let's again copy the teal code reference and replace the word teal with blue. After refreshing the block editor, we now have the proper gradient. We need to repeat the same for each color. Here is another one of our gradient colors applied to the outline button. Now we have colors and gradients that match with our new color scheme. In the next tutorial, we will be applying these same colors to our navigation menus and the 3 block styles it has. Until then, please hit the like button to get the word out. Also, please subscribe to see the new WordPress content as soon as it's posted. Thank you, my viewers, for watching.